Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I'm so sorry for the delay, but would you believe that my lawn mowing men decided the very point I was about to press start, like my finger was poised and I'm there going, I'm going to press start, and then I'm so sorry for the delay. I will mute myself. Right, there we go. And yeah, they choose that very moment to turn up. But lucky two guys came, so they were really quick and they are now on their merry way to their next client. I am here to... Hello, Margaret. Thank you so much for joining and sharing. I really appreciate that. As you guys come on, please say hi and tell me where you're from if you haven't been in here before, or tell me where you're from anyway. Hey Philomena, thanks for joining. I've been at work today, hence a little bit of makeup, a nice top, but I've got a post going live in 8 minutes time on my blog. Hey Deb, I got something from you in the mail today, but I'm going to get to that in a second. I've got a blog post going live for the Stampin' Up! Colour Challenge. Hey Adele, and it's about to go live on the website and my blog. And the card is this one, using the filigree, the Florentine Filigree. Did give you a sneak peek of this in a previous video, but today is the day it launches for our February colour challenge. I will post a link here in the group, but if you, or on my page rather, if you look up Stampin' Up! Colour Challenge, we have monthly colour challenges to get the juices flowing, and anyone can ask for a colour challenge at any time. That's how the group started. We decided we needed to ask for colour challenges. We were feeling a bit stuck. There was a whole group of us. And I'm sorry, my friend's messaging me at the same time. And we decided to get a group going. So I sort of wasn't I was just a participant at the start, but I've become admin, and I just make a project a month for inspiration on the colours that we choose, and obviously I have a bit of a say in the colours we choose. So the colours this month, let me see if I can grab these. Real rare. Oh god, hold on. No. The Flirty Flamingo. Oh, there we go. Real Red, Melamambo, Basic Grey, and Flirty Flamingo. Hey Jeannie, thanks for joining. So they are the colours for the colour challenge in February. In Australia, it is February. I live in the future. If you are on here from the US, I am in the future, and it is a grey, dreary, and just a yucky day. But it's lovely because it's about 20 degrees cooler, that's in centigrade, than what it was yesterday. So I'm a happy girl. Look, I'm even wearing some sleeves because I was in the office today and thought I'm gonna get freezing in the air conditioning, and then it's gonna be cool when I walk out. So the technique that I wanted to show you today is the hinge step technique with the Stamparatus. Now this stamp set is designed specifically, look, you can use it without the Stamparatus, but is actually designed to go with the Stamparatus. We were really happy. Our inspiration photo isn't love themed, but the colors sort of go with it being Valentine's Day in February, but we decided to stay away from love hearts and stuff like that and just choose the colors of the celebrations that happen that month. But yeah, so the Stamparatus is designed to go with the stamp set, which I will show you, but I received a very special card in the mail, and it was inspired by me, which actually made me smile. I knew it was coming. This is from Deborah. Deborah is on chatting with us, so thank you, Deborah. This is her version of me using up my frosted floral paper. Thank you, Adele. Oh, 6 below. That must be very cold. Colder because it's even more in degrees Celsius. But yeah, I love this card. Love. Is that a punch? Because I don't own that punch. No, it's a die. It's the die with the framelits that go with the frosted floral stamp sets. It's okay, I answered my own question. So thank you, Deborah. That is now going to go on my bookshelf. Yes, it did get here. It did. So it is now going to take pride of place on the bookshelf behind me. I cycle through cards on there, and there are some non-Stampin' Up ones on there, but they're made by special people who mean a lot to me, so they go up there. Before I flip around and show you the hinge step technique, yes, I have been talking for 4 hours non-stop on the phone at work. I am going to give you guys a bit of a heads up. There are some things coming. The second release of Celebration is coming on February 15th, which is only 14 days away. And it is full of some great products, some great coordinating products. And we also have coming on the 1st of March, we have a special. And that special is, it's called Celebration Coordination. So a lot of products that are coming in our second Celebration release and that appear in the Celebration catalogue have some friends. So some coordinating products, namely framelits, and there is paper, stamp set and a framelit set that will all be coordinating. So I'm really excited to have some more goodies to choose for free out of Celebration. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. Let's see how actually ready to go I am. Now, let me move the ink pads, otherwise they're going to get in my way. Have my card base. Right. I have everything ready to go. I'm going to cover my camera. Oh, thank you, Adele. Look, I'm only sharing what I do. So I don't feel it's anything special, but it means a lot that it inspires you guys. I think I've stuffed up my camera thing again. Oh no, it's okay. I can flip it round. It's all good. I'm looking at my setup going, do I have to put it on a different side? But I don't. Just bear with me for 30 seconds or so. I will flip it around, and I'll also turn off my overhead light so we don't get shadows on our work surface. Okay. So what is everyone up to this Thursday? And so while I'm going, oh, I flipped my camera and all already. Okay, let me flip back just for a second. Okay, now let's see if this is working. Hooray! Right, how are we going here? Just need to pop it a touch down, straighten it up, and I think we are all good to go. Look at that, just like I bought one. Oh no, we are upside down. Oopsie days. Right, we're changing sides. Hey, Leanne. Sorry for all of this, guys. I almost lost my ink pads that I was trying to save before. Okay, I'm going to have to unplug my phone. Oh, thank you for sharing. Right. My word. This is difficult today, I tell you, girls. Let's see how straight we are. Now the Stamparatus is in my way and magnetising itself to my base. Okay, I think we're good. Hello, Linda. Thank you for joining. Okay. Thank you so much for bearing with me there. A lazy morning. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear you're going into your craft room. Oh, thank you for sharing, Adele. Hi, Jenny. So, for those that have just joined, I am going to show you how I stamped the background of this card using the Florentine Filigree stamp set and the Florentine and the coordinating Florentine die. Now, if you do want to buy this set, I advise that you buy it in a bundle. Now, that bundle will save you 10%. So that's what I will do. That is what I did when I bought them. So yes, you can buy them separately, but you can also buy them as a bundle. So just to explain to you, these two stamps here are actually attached in a row. So you can actually stamp these stamps in a full row down our card front. So that just automatically makes our life so much simpler and easier. And I do apologize for the focusing issues. I'm not sure what's going on today. I have got myself set up like I did last time. So we'll just see how we go. Now, I've already I'm just going to pop this up to the side, pop this one to the side, and I've got my card front, which is Thick Whisper White. Oh, yes, don't forget to get it in before 11:50, Alicia. That is most important, to get it in before that time. I do hope you stay active because I'm sure someone would miss you. Now, Alicia, have you been in here before or are you new? So you can see I have pre-mounted these and I will show you how I line them up. Now, I have a bit of a jig that I have cut out. Now, this is cut out with, as I drop it on the floor. Real life, guys. This is so real life because I drop things on my floor all the time. So this is cut out with this. This is, I think, a card front. So this die doesn't quite match the A4 card fronts, which is why I just popped a bit of ribbon, but you could equally just pop your thin sentiment up there. Yeah, so, oh no, this is the size of our card front. So what I did is I laid this out. I don't even know if this is the right place or not, but I laid it down and popped my magnet in, and oh, look at that. No, it's not in the right place, and I know why. So using my grid paper, I lined this up on these black lines. Ah, okay, Alicia. Right, with you totally 100% now. So I've lined this up here and I took this stamp and I lined it up on the bottom row because we're going to be stamping bottom row up. And I lined it up so it fit perfectly in the cutouts, and I did that with both. So I've got one on one side and one on the other, so because I can use both sides of my Stamparatus. So now when I had that all lined up, I took this away and I bought in, now I think my speaker that's here is going to be a bit in the way. There we go. Then I lined up this card front in exactly the same spot, popped on my magnet. Okay, now I am not using the basic grey, though I might do a different one. I am going to do it in this order too. Yes, you really do need, Alicia, sad to say, but you absolutely do need one of these. Okay, now to easily ink up your stamps, I find popping a stamp set under the lid here, although I'm going to make it so it doesn't stick to the other stamp. And I'm just going to go in and just start inking up. And because we are using the Stamparatus, we do have a second chance with our stamping. And do you know what I've totally forgotten to do? Have my stamp chamois ready to go. Maybe I should ask David. David, would you mind rinsing out my stamp chamois for me? So I've got it ready to clean my stamps, please. He's not listening to me. I may even just have to open a new stamp chamois at this point. So I didn't transfer perfectly the first time. So I'm actually going to grab one of my new ones and just use it, because I had planned to have two on the go. But what I am going to do, I've got a spare piece of paper here, because we don't need ink everywhere. So just going to stamp this off a few times on a scrap piece, so then when we clean it off, it's not so bad. See, I told you I wasn't organised, girls. Yes, the second chance thing is amazing. So this is how your Simply Chamois arrives. So it arrives wet or damp, and it arrives very purple. I'll show you the difference because mine has been through the wash a few times. So this is my very dried up one, and this is one straight out of the packet. So they still work exactly the same perfectly well. It's just this one has been through the wash a couple of times, which for me just cleans it up. Hello, 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 Miss Karen and Miss Kalina. How are you all? So I'm just going to clean this off. So that's ready to go for the next colour. I'm going to flip my plate around. Oh, I love my chamois too. Oh, I've moved the card, which is not quite what we wanted, but that's okay. Yep, that's lining up perfectly. So that first line was done in real red. This second smallest stamp is going to be done in Melon Mambo. So I am using very light touch because as you girls know, I get ink everywhere. Let's be honest, I'm not the tidiest stamper in the shed. Okay, so now we've got our Melon Mambo. I'm going to bring in this piece of paper, stamp off, then clean. do that and bring in my stamp chamois and just give it a clean off. I love that squeaky. It's going to sound really bad, but I've not ordered myself before. I want to make sure to take advantage of the hostess credits. No, you don't need to create a party, Alicia. All you need to do is just go in and do a demonstrator order. And once you reach the threshold for hostess benefits, it will automatically apply the hostess benefits. Okay, make sure my card's in the right spot. So rather than popping in my plate here, I'm going to go one hinge step up, drop it in, and this is going to fit perfectly in here. And I'm going to use the basic grey. Hey Julie, how are you? Thank you for joining. What's the weather like in Brisbane today, girls? Because I know there are a couple of you here in the Brisbane area. We've cooled down 20 degrees from yesterday and have had light drizzle all day. Okay, so go in with the basic grey. Give it a bit of a push. Okay, so I did miss one bit, so just gonna put some pressure there. Ta-da, just like I bought one. Great. Clean that off. You can tell I'm now impatient because I'm now no longer stamping it off onto the spare piece of paper. Bit warm and sticky. Yeah, it's a bit sticky in here. Hey Sherry. I am just going to turn my fan on, so I've just got a touch of air movement. Now got my Flirty Flamingo. And going to give this a stamp. Now, whilst I'm using it looks as though I'm using a lot of pressure here. I'm actually not using a lot of pressure. I'm just using the side of my hand here to create pressure over the whole stamp. Okay, I'm going to just move this chamois that isn't flat, put the rubbish in the bin, give this a clean off. Okay, so now we've done two layers. I'm going to go 2 steps up, and this one's going to be here. I'm actually going to invert the colors and go back to basic grey, just for a different look, which means I really didn't have to clean this off, but you know. Oh, hang on, what was Kalina's version? Yes, it is lovely in Sydney, Julie. Still a bit sticky though. Now, I think I may have not inked this up as well as I could have. Okay, Adele, the colour inspiration is actually over, and it went live 14 minutes ago, just after I started, and it is in the Stampin' Up! Colour Challenge. So we found an inspiration photo around the colours we were thinking about, and okay, that is going to have to do, because now this one's darker than that one, but that's okay, it might dry back. Give it a dry. Oh, okay. But we all know the same city can have 5 different seasons at the same time. Take this out, flip this around. The best thing I love about the Stamparatus, so Floaty Flamingo, is the fact that these hinges are very sturdy when we use them, but we can take them out, flip them over, and do this hinge step technique, because with other products out there in the craft world, you can't do this, which makes it even more amazing. So how far are you guys out from the city? Because I sort of have no context in Brisbane. So we're going to take the next step up, make sure that's right. Did I clean that? So now I'm going to go my Melon Mambo. Because I've got family friends. Oh no, hopefully you've got somewhere to wash your washing. In the meantime, nothing worse than not being able to wash your clothes. Oh my word. Okay, third time lucky. What I am going to do now though is move my magnet right down here to the bottom, because I think that was just slightly in the way. Ah, same but in different direction, right. Miles, what are you talking about, Deb? I'm a metric girl. Okay, and flip this around. So you can see I'm actually really taking my time here, and it doesn't take long. Hey Vicky, thanks so much for joining. So do you guys like colour inspiration groups? Or do you get guided by your products? Perfect. Found it. Did you find the group? I think I need to spray this chamois with a bit of water. I just have a water bottle on my desk that I use for many techniques, but a good thing is it just gives me a little bit of extra wetness to the chamois, and that was maybe a tad too much. Products. Okay, I'm just going to pull this down a touch because my computer is about to be in the way. And the chamois, both. Okay. Yeah, for me it depends on my mood. It really does. Where are we going now? So if we're inverting again, I am going back to Melon Mambo. I like what I'm doing here. I like using the same colors, but rather than going color, like doing all the colors in order, I'm just changing it up, and it'll give it a totally, now that was not straight in any way, shape or form. And no, that's gonna have to stay as it was, because of course I forgot to check my card. Okay, yeah, quite often things will just come to me in my head. You know, I've had clothing inspiration. Sorry for the in and the out focus here, guys. I do humbly apologise. Okay, I think. Now, if you're worried about how high you need to go, so I need 2 more rows. That is good. So that row is a touch off, but that may be where I put a sentiment or something. Okay, so I've done Melon Mambo, back to Flirty Flamingo. Okay, I like your processes, guys. I like that you've found a system that works for you. For me, I'm different all the time. I did place an order this morning, but it wasn't for anything super duper exciting. Okay, and one more. So you can see this is still really quite... Sorry for my husband, he's doing things in the kitchen. We're going back to basic grey here. Okay. Do I need a big shot? Yes, you do need a big shot in order to use these dies. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by your guys' comments. Hey Deb, thanks for joining. How is, can I assume it is sunny Perth this morning? Checking the time. Okay. Might see if I can get a bit more ink. It's this one. It doesn't like me. Okay. No, that's better. That's good. Okay. That is my card front stamped. But what I am going to do, just going to pop this to the side because I can see disaster happening. And I'm just grabbing a baby wipe and I am going to get rid of all this excess ink. So I'm not actually wiping my stamps, I'm just getting rid of the excess ink. And now my husband is talking to his dog. I did tell him I was going live, but you know, we're going outside to enjoy the drizzle. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, I think I cleaned these. I'm not totally sure. Okay, so while we're talking, what colour do you think I should make the die piece? Because I hadn't pre-planned what I was doing. So your input would be great. I wouldn't mind changing it up. Yes, sorry, it is a great bundle. Hey Nick. Yeah, I really wanted to buy this bundle because I could see it being a sleeper in the catalogue. And unless I showed my customers how to use it and my team, they wouldn't know how to use it. And that's important for ones like this, knowing exactly how to use them, and sometimes the best way is just to be shown. So bye bye Mr. Stamparatus. And he actually went back in his home. Now we're going to try our best to close these without getting too much ink on Ellen's hands, which is virtually impossible, but we can be hopeful. Right. Yes, yes, texture paste through that die cut would look amazing. What? So, Miller Mambo, what other colours? I could do it white. I could do it grey again, but there is quite a lot of grey in the background as opposed to my original card. And now to play it safe and not sorry, I'm going to bring in my hand sanitizer. Inkpad skills, babe. It's just how I have to do it with my hands the way they are. It's the way I do it now, and everyone does it differently. It's just how my hands and the strength in my hands make it work. And look, you girls can see exactly how I do it. Now, before we go anywhere, oh God, I've got ink on this too. This is why I do tend, I just got ink on the card, but that's okay. That bit's going to be covered up. Put my stamps away, otherwise there could be tears from me when they are lost. Now, if you really wanted to, you could cut these strips apart, but as I've shown you, they are designed to stay together to coordinate with this. Okay, so Millimambo, you say. Now, that's a card front. This is not. It's a scrap. Oh, I haven't thought that far yet. Okay, bring in my big shot. Oh, crashing and banging today. My word, is this... So, I have my magnetic platform, and trust me, it is in there under my well-used die, and it has been cut on as well, but even though it's been cut on by a customer or two, I have to trim this down. Sorry, running out of space here on my very spacious desk. Don't underestimate yourself, Julie. I love your projects. Would you believe, I think I may have just cut that too short. Let's see how it comes out. If not, I can cut it again. Real life stamping here, girls. Hashtag real life. Okay. Now. No, that's perfect. Okay. Right, good-o. Just going to get rid of these bitty bobs. Now, these bitty bobs, your leftover bits, you can keep and you can make a background pattern on a card. So what I might do, I may keep all of mine, you know, create more scraps. Well, they're not scraps, they're leftovers. Now you could use your die brush for this, but oh, this piece isn't going to work. This piece is not going to work because I needed it the width of a card front, and I didn't do that. Oh well. Okay, grab another piece. Oh, dropping stuff everywhere. Okay, no. I do actually have a card base here, so I will use the card base. I'll sacrifice a full card base to get a card front. Now I can actually think about it and do it properly. So I know that is the right width. Now I just want to get this right. So now I have two card fronts. Put my scraps away. If I don't put anything away, I feel like I have even less room than what I had originally on my desk. Do you know what I do actually? I put them in an envelope. Oh, sorry about that crash. I put them in an envelope so then I've got like things together. Having bowls, I do have the Stampin' Up mug that we got, but it's currently full, and I find it to I actually find it a bit deep, and I don't really have room for bowls, and let's face it, I'm going to knock them off and break them. Hello, Miss Rosalie, how are you? So what I want to do, because this is going to be the actual card front, I just want to line it up and make sure that I, sorry for my big head there, actually have equal spacing, because that's how I did it in the first place. Otherwise nothing's going to line up. Look, and this is only because that's it, done. Okay, take 2. That other piece is still going to be usable, and I am actually going to use the punch out bits for a card, so it actually may turn into 2 cards, but yes, I will use that. Okay, pop this away. Yeah, the cello bag, yes, exactly. So my space is at a premium because I do share, and I do actually have some vanilla envelopes sitting here that I'll show you what I did. I dropped the corners in a grey granite ink pad. So I'm going to use those. I'm also going to grab my die brush and my piece of foam is in its home. Okay, so the card base is 10.5, so it's just a normal card base for a card front, a normal card front. Okay, so just going to pop these out. I'm not going to throw them away. I did throw away the white ones, but I'm not going to throw away these Melon Mambo ones. Just rather than you watching me pop out every single one of these, I'm just going along. Look, it doesn't get everything out, but it did get majority of it. So that is the card front done. I'm just going to pop all these pieces here. And I'm actually going to scoop them all into the envelope right now. Otherwise, I will scoop them into the bin. Yeah, so what I do, I cut, if this is our piece of paper, I cut it long ways and I score it at 15.85. I have no idea what happened here. Can you guys... Can you guys still see that I'm live? Sorry, my computer just went funny for a second. How bizarre. I have no idea what happened. Right. I hope you all join again. I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, I'm on my mobile data. So I'm not sure. I am live. I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anything. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, card base. Oh, would you believe I got ink all over the back of that? Is anyone truly surprised? Okay, I'm going to get my Tombow glue, my handy dandy holder. Now, I've had lots of people asking me about this holder, and I did get a friend of mine who lives just over the hill from me to custom make it for me, because all the ones I was seeing elsewhere were incredibly expensive to post, and I'm talking like $20 to post. So because he lives just over the hill, he custom made it for me, and he's a 3D, he does 3D printing. Does everyone else make sounds when they glue? I think I'm trying to control myself from doing that because you guys are here. I know, I had to do exactly the same thing on my replay. Okay, I humbly apologise for that break, but I promise you didn't miss anything. And now my hands are going to have the shakes. Okay. My word, now I just got glue everywhere. Can someone kill me now, please? Okay. This is going to be as good as it gets. So I'm just tapping it on the side, just so, but we do know this row already is crooked, which is fine. It's handmade and better than Hallmark. Okay, now for my original card, I love the difference. For my original card, I did use our classic weave twine. Now, I do wonder if, I know I'm adding in another colour because I don't, look, I'll see if this grey granite will actually work. I know I've used basic grey, but I think the grey granite will work. Purple is my favourite colour too, Julie. Now, do I actually show you how I tie my bows? Do you really need to see how I tie my bows? Yeah, okay. Yes, he does, and he does have his own business page, which is Central Coast 3D Printing, and I'm sure he will be happy to make them for you. Now, I have pink. I have these ones and I have pink ones. I'm just going to let that go. Grab a glue dot. I knew you'd say that. I would recommend definitely, Alicia, getting the magnetic platform because it just allows, like, this big die did not move once I placed it. Sorry, this is going in my mouth. Just bear with. Okay. So, I got this tip from Connie Stewart. She's amazing. And she glue dots her dot down. I don't know if it'll work with this. Yes. So now this is all tied down at the tension that I want. Now all I have to worry about is doing my bow. So what I want to do with my bow is just make sure all the ribbon is flat, that you're not turning your ribbon because it will stop you getting a nice flat bow. So you can see here everything's nice and flat. So I do, this is not pulled tight. I just I must have a slight twist. There we go. So I was able to fix that twist because I'm not pulling it tight. I'm pulling it tighter every time I do it, but I'm not pulling it tight right at the start. And I'm also not pinching the ends of my ribbon. I'm actually putting in my fingers. Sorry, I'm putting my fingers in here to keep this nice and round. Because if you pinch it, it's going to be quite flat. Okay, and now I've pulled it really tight, and I actually feel it's a bit too low for me, but I can move that. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Sorry if my head was in the way. Do you know what? I watched Christina Werner, and I watched another one of my favorite crafters, and her name is Amy Rasavi. Both of them, well, Christina actually worked for Stampin' Up, and Amy used to be a Canadian demonstrator, and their bow tying videos still exist. And Dawn McVeigh is also awesome at bow tying. So, and now this is not equal. So I watched all of them and then formulated, oh, now that one's shorter. It's just going to have to be lopsided. Right, leave it as is. Oh, glue dots, yes, can't live without them. Okay, now I'm just going to pull this up, and I'm just going to, so I do go all the way around the card. I'm just going to carefully slide this up. So I still want some of this pink showing at the top. Okay, push it back down so that is all secure. Now I'm not going to pop a sentiment on this one, but for my card, this sentiment I did use came from the needle and thread set. So I used Happiest Birthdays to You. Now I'm not going to put the sentiment on because my boys are going to be coming in the door very shortly, because I started a bit late because of my lawnmower people. Yes, I know, walking away from the bow, it's fine, it's beautiful, and I just made the grey granite work. So the reason I came on was to show you the hinge step technique with the Stamparatus, which I think I showed successfully. I know, you girls be the judge. And I used the Florentine Filigree bundle, which comes with the stamp set and the Florentine Thinlit. So if you guys don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would love you to consider purchasing from me. I do have a shop now button, and if you're on YouTube, I do have a link below in my comments to my shop. If you buy these together, you can bundle and save 10%, which is awesome. Thank you, Adele. Look, this one was in my brain, and the colours I got from the Stampin' Up Colour Challenge, the February challenge. So I will, when I post these cards later, I will do a separate post on these cards. I will have a link to the challenge over there. So thank you girls so much for joining. I hope to catch you again really soon, and have an amazing day. Thanks guys. Bye.